That's a live shot of the moon. Actually, the moon's going down. That's looking off to the west this morning. We'll be with you in about 10 minutes.
Good morning. Welcome to the Dawn Patrol. I'm Bob HOEY, the host today. And my friend Tom Bomil is, where is he at, Foxwoods? Do you know what Tom Bomil?
He's off today.
He's off today.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Probably Foxwoods.
So,
Ned's out still recuperating.
well, Ned has bought a table for Rodney Elliott's celebration there. The guy that owns the Owl Diner, Tom Shanahan, that's who the party's for this Saturday, I believe it is.
Yeah.
John, you're going, I'm going. Ned got a table full of tickets, bought 10 tickets, and whoever was at the table before is welcome to go again. So if you're out there and you were part of the party last time, see you there Saturday. And the fundraisers, they're going to be the entertainment. And I have a lot of fun when they're playing. What else did I want to say about that party? Anyways, it's just a place, the bridge, where you can go if you have any help.
They're saving lives down there.
Yeah, they're saving lives. That's a good way to put it. And I have a lot to say about that subject. So it's
Our guest, Scott Landry, he's
Yeah.
going to speak more about saving your own life.
Yeah, no, that's good. I'm glad, and I can throw in my 2 cents too, because this has been an issue since I've been the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. Has always been a big drug problem in the city of Lowell. And we have, to me, a big alcohol problem too. But it's getting better. It definitely is getting better because of places like the bridge. We don't have as many bar rooms. I like to say bar rooms. My father owned one. It was called Laurie's Lounge, the old Gorham Tap. We had it for about 7 or 8 years. I seen more violence there in 7 years than I did 20 years at Concord Prison. Fact. That's a fact. A lot of violence.
Why do guys get brave when they get drunk?
No, it's just, listen, it's only a small group that cannot drink. It might, like in a bar, let's say you have 60 customers. There might be 2 that frequent the place, not all the time. 2 that are super violent once they get drunk. I call them sucker shot artists. They like to hit you when you ain't looking. I've seen it many times. I've seen people hit with a mug of beer across the face at my father's bar. Very violent place. But again, alcohol creates a lot of violence. It just does. And it's a shame because it's so fun to go out on a booze cruise or just go out on a walk with people and have a drink or 2 or 3 or maybe 6. And some of my friends could drink 30 to 40. It's an amazing thing. And the kids today, I'm telling you right now, I'm so sorry to say it, but I love to tell people the way it is. Younger kids like 15, 16, they're drinking more than ever. It's cheap. And obviously they're doing different things than I did. We smoked weed. My group, that's what we did, and drank some beer. But we didn't do these crazy things like vaping, they call it, and dabbing, dabbies, whatever they call these things. They're smoking it, and they're just wiping out their lungs at a young age. It's happening to a lot of kids. So we're working on it, though. I feel good about Lowell right now. I really do. Tonight, city council meeting, to me the biggest issue would be the Heinz Tavern being over there, the project they were going to put something. John will probably say more than I will about the subject, but I've seen in the news this morning a lot of different cities are fighting back at that particular issue, the MBTA thing. And, Heinz's Tavern, come on, let's face it.
I didn't have time yesterday, Bobby, but the governor It's in the paper today. I can't get a picture.
Yeah, I seen she came into law, yeah.
She was in the paper yesterday with the mayor. Let's see if I get the shot up. This is today's paper. And the governor came into Lowell yesterday, and the Jack Mitchell put it well. When the big dog comes in, the big load of meat come in, the big dogs show up. I forget how Jack Mitchell put it on.
You know how I look at this governor right now? I think we could be okay for a few years because she's definitely running for president. That's the best right there that the Democrats have, in my opinion. This is an opinion show. She's running for president already. They hate Trump so much, it's crazy.
Bobby.
They just hate him, though. You're never going to fix that.
She's underhandling the homeless situation. She's perpetuating the situation. And I hope Scott Landry speaks to that when he comes, because he's got more experience than anybody I know. But the governor was here yesterday, and I'm going to guess, and I didn't know she was coming to Lowell. Whoop-de-doo. She doesn't take tough questions. I would have asked her about, why are you spending all this money on the homeless people? That's what I would have asked her, but I'm going to guess nobody asked her any tough questions. They just kiss her ring.
Well, get ready to rumble would be a good way to put it. Look at District 3, the district that I live in right now. Do you understand what type of an election that's going to be? They already have 4 people. That tells you how Belvedere is, plain and simple. They vote. I'm thinking maybe 50 to 60% of the voters in Belvedere will come out. This is going to be huge. It's going to be huge. They're all going to draw someone. Gendron's going to draw a big crowd. Finn's going to draw a big crowd. Corey Belanger, which to me, should probably run for citywide like he did last time. He didn't do bad. This show was saying he was going to win. Ned Tarmey, I can remember word for word what Ned said. If this election ever goes another week, Corey will win. Sometimes you don't win, and when you don't, come back again. I think you still have time because that race in Belvedere is going to be unbelievable. That could be won by like 50 votes, 20 votes. It's going to be unbelievable. I don't know the fourth person's name. I heard another woman.
4 people running for the job?
That's what I heard. I know.
I just need one to run in District 4. Please run in District 4. Run against...
Well, if that doesn't wake up other sections of the city, what will? There's the place that they're going to come out. Oh, boy, I can't wait to see the number, how many people. They're going to pick the 3 citywide candidates, without a doubt. They're going to pick it. Belvedere.
They'll decide, yes, you're right.
Yeah, they'll pick it. So I'm dying for this election. I'm going to work for Eric Kitchie as much as I can, Danny Finn as much as I can, and myself, a school committee, as much as I can. I enjoyed this. This is like my softball. I can't throw a ball anymore. My arm's hanging down to my knees, and I'm too old to play softball.
So you'll be back on the bridge?
Be back on. I think I'll be back on all bridges because I'm running citywide. You know, obviously for Danny Finn, I'm going to do the one near St. John's as much as I can, and I've always felt that I do it from 5 a.m. in the morning till about 8, 3 hours. And those people all heading to work. I don't care what anybody tells me, those people are heading to work. And that's the way I run a campaign. I didn't spend a lot of money ever. City council, I never spent any money. You need about probably 10 grand to win that seat, but I never raised that type of money. I'm just really happy in the direction we're going, especially the schools. I think, I'll say it till I die. I work for 4 mayors. How many different superintendents? Let me see here. Dr. Sapasaris, Salah Kafawi, Joe Boyd. Might have been another one there. But imagine you work for 4 mayors and 4 superintendents. That was our big issue. Now it's just really getting the kids to read by the time they hit the 4th grade and discipline. Number 1 and 2, that's what will be on my mind most of the time. Special ed will never leave my mind. It's when you see some of these children and how severe some of them are, you wouldn't hesitate to help them out. And I'm a pro-teacher type of guy. If you don't like me, that's fine too. I have no problem. I'm a Liam Skinner vote without a doubt, because you're not going to find a person that knows how to cure or fix discipline better than Liam Skinner. And you won't see people dumping on Jim Hall as much as I watched for the past 3 or 4 years. HR this and HR that and HR this and HR that. Jim Hall has saved us taxpayers a lot of money. He's fixed a lot of problems. And he's the one that goes up against Paul Georges every year to negotiate contracts. And we have school committee people trying to scalp him. That's how I like
Paul's
to put it.
retiring.
Oh, I'm talking more about Jim Hall right now and what some of these, so Danielle McFadden, let me say her name again, Danielle McFadden. We had nobody run for citywide. For you to put your name out and say, I'm running citywide, I love it. You made my year, because now I'm going to run citywide too, just so I can have a bully pulpit to talk about schools and how do we fix it, especially the high school. I dropped out of high school, don't forget that, but I always had 1 of 7 votes, counting the mayor, on a couple of $100 million budget. Right now it's about $255 million. And I want to help the city. I want to help the city, just like Joe Boyd did. We got rid of him too, though. That's all right. You pick Liam Skinner, and that's all that matters. Danny Rourke did that, the mayor. Yeah, and I want to work with Danny, because I work with 4 mayors. And I still don't think Danny's tops. I'll always think Ed Kennedy is tops. I know there's a lot of people that think Ed Kennedy's all done. But let me tell you something. They all want his job, too. They all want his job. It's beautiful. I love the way they talk to me. Oh, I'm going to run for this. I'm going to run for Ed's seat when he leaves. Ed Kennedy, to me, has done a lot for a lot of towns, not just Lowell, but he's done a lot of big things. I want to say who he equals me, and this, I've heard these words come out of a guy like Everett Gitcher. I heard him say it, about Ed Kennedy, what he's done for him alone at the Greater Lowell Technical High School, something about ball fields. And Tingsboro needed a lot of money, and Lowell needed a lot of money, and Lowell's going to need more money. And nobody touches him yet, but Danny Rourke's number 2 out of the 4, so out of 5 of them, Danny Rourke would already be number 2. To me, and this is an opinion show, because of hiring someone within instead of looking around the world for a superintendent. And when I seen him hire Liam Skinner, my year was made, you know. Eric Gitcher's my favorite guy on the city council, but there's no doubt that this mayor's done a great job, especially for schools, especially for the schools. And there's so much more to do for the schools, it's insane. But Danielle McFadden, my favorite McFadden, I have to say it, is Old Man Tick, I called him. Old Man Tick McFadden always tried to take his money, and he tried to take my money playing poker or cribbage. He always wanted to take my money. I fought hard to save my money.
Bobby, you were
But
playing a game.
John, the name McFadden, running citywide for the schools, especially this week, is all about what? The Irish, right? All about the Irish.
You are Irish this week.
Yeah, and her name coming out for citywide, it made my year, really, to be honest with you. I think that might have topped Danny's vote for Liam Skinner, because we needed people to run. You moved me into District 3, I'm all excited. I really am. I live in Belvedere. I paid $85,000 for my house that's 120 years old, and it's made with 2x3s. That's how old my house is. They run out of money when they get up to the roof, and I had to renovate the whole building, basically. I should say my wife and my son renovated my building. But I'm feeling good about Lowell. What else do I want to talk about? Boy, I could talk about so much, but Market Basket, the one Stadium Plaza, it's unbelievable. They all dump on me and my family. They say, you go there too much. I go 3-4 times a week.
Bob, you have a chair in the store.
Pardon me?
You have a chair in the store.
Yeah, I do, but you know what I love about that place more than anything? The bargains are good. I love that place for price, but the people they hire, Stadium Plaza, I can't speak for it enough. There's and I got permission to use the first names anyways. Joey. He's there. He's going to BU. He's in his 3rd year business, BU, Boston University. An incredible kid. And I tell him, when you make a lot of money, don't forget, Mr. HOEY, I'd like to go out on your cruise ship, whatever you buy. You know, this kid's going to go somewhere. And another guy that works here is Zach. Zach is his name. He goes to a great little technical high school. And I could keep going on and on and on about the staff. But they love the guy. RDT, they love him. The staff will stand up for the guy. You know, how many people love their boss, right? They love that guy. And that's why I go there 3-4 times a week. I always go up to the red shirt guys and tell them, you know, hey, those people at 5 that bag my groceries and that young lady, tremendous. I always do that to the people in red. And the jacket, the man in the jacket, yep.
The red jacket.
The red jacket.
He's the boss.
He's the boss. And
Well, she's the boss.
that's right. And I've seen people leave there, right? I know a couple, I won't mention names, but with $1 million retirements. $1 million retirements working for Market Basket. You know you're going to have to earn it. You know, you work your way up the ladder, and that's just what happened in Lowell schools. Liam Skinner was an incredible principal at the Daly School. He really was. Those kids respected people. Those kids, if they cut in front of you when you toured that school, he'd stop them. Excuse me, Joe, come here for a minute. What do you say? Oh, excuse me, sir, I'm sorry I walked in front of you. That's how he had his school when he was there. And he rubbed off on other principals, like the Robinson, we had a new principal back then from Lawrence. He rubbed off on her that her students came to the Knowledge Bowl dressed in suit and tie. Girls would be in a dress. It all come from the Daly School. It did so.
You got to dress the part.
Yeah, I don't. Like I said, I don't know why that the teachers that I always go to find out what's going on. It's the best way to find out what's going on. Pick your favorite teachers, go to them. If Danielle, go to them and say, what's the biggest issue that you're dealing with? The majority of them tell me it's discipline, but then they say, you're right, Mr. HOEY, we got to get them reading by the 3rd grade. And Liam Skinner would agree to that in a minute. And that's all. You need 4 votes. Just like Eric Gitcher needs 6, he can't get them. Can't get them. That's why I went with Danny Finn. Because I'm going to tell you now, I know a lot about the Finn family. I feel like they're my family. And I could tell you for all kinds of reasons. But Danny Finn's not going to be pushed around, or he's not going to be led by the nose. And that's how I wanted Corey. Then I hear Gendron into the race. Whoa! Once I hear a name like that, I go, whoa, because Steve Gendron to me is a great guy. He's a great guy, did a lot for Lowell. Had a lot of great ideas that they didn't want to use, but that's a toughie. And Danny Finn, like I said, now when I look at who's helping, right away I say, who's helping Gendron? The name alone, Gendron, you're going to get like a guy that I wanted for schools to come out. I think he don't want it. I know he wants it, but Bill Florence, I could throw his name out, even though he could beat me in a fight. Tremendous math teacher. Should have seen him in a classroom. You'd never believe the discipline in his classroom. Those kids in his classroom at the Butler School, I think 7th or 8th grade, when I walked into the classroom, everybody was paying attention to him and the chalkboard. Everybody. Not one kid was looking off to see if Donald Trump was walking into the office.
Well, how do you get that magnetism as a teacher?
I don't know. I wish I knew how to do that. I just always went for the teachers that were good to me, and there were so many. I mean, it's incredible. I always have to throw Miss Jenna Rackus, if anybody remembers that music teacher. She taught me how to sing. Floyd McDonough hit you 100 ground balls any day you wanted it, you know. Mr. Murphy left almost $500,000, between $250,000 and $500,000. Let me say it that way. That's what he left to the children of Lowell when he passed away. Right across the street, Mr. Murphy. Science teacher. You fall asleep, and we all did, because we were all going to school, middle school. Half the class was high. You know, you go to sleep on the desk and he'd hit you off the head with a tennis ball, never miss. Hit you right in the forehead every time, a tennis ball. Didn't hurt you, but it woke you up. And he left that much money to people, scholarships in Lowell.
Loved his students.
Yeah, but, you know, that's the occupation we got to really take a good look at is teaching. You know, when I get someone calling, and they'll probably do it again today, Mr. HOEY, they only work 180 days a year. I love that. What do I work at the prison? How did I work? Let me tell you something, right? A lot of us had some nice jobs. The prison at Concord Prison, it was easy. Compared to my father's barroom, Concord Prison was easy. It's just the staff that you hire. That's it. We had some great staff at Concord. Are you kidding me? I can't believe they closed it, but I knew they would sooner or later. Anytime you're strong.
Prime real estate.
No. This was more, believe me when I tell you, this was union, anti-union. They closed Concord because we were the strongest union in the prison system. We worked under the governor, you know, the executive branch, and 5,000 members can get a lot. Look what we did for you beautiful state troopers. Aren't you happy? You got a 25-year, you have to work for 75% of your pay. Whew, what a pension that is, huh? Yeah, prison guards, you should thank all the prison guards for that. Ask me, Rourke, another Rourke, Andy Rourke. Wasn't the top guy, but a very important guy. Andy knew how to get things done.
From the audience, Bobby, they're asking, this person's asking, what are the candidates for District 3 coming on the show? I got to make time to get down to City Hall and get their phone numbers. I emailed the guy. He's not emailing me back. So I got to make a purposeful visit to City Hall and find out who's running and how to contact them.
There's no doubt coming on the show will help them, but the key will be meeting is person to person, face to face, as many people as you can in District 3. That's going to be key. I mean, when you have people splitting up.
Well, Bobby, you ran around and knocked on doors.
No.
How many doors you didn't knock on doors?
No, I wasn't a big door knocker. I might have, John, in 7 campaigns, if I knocked on 10 doors, that would be a lot. I felt bad doing that. People I don't want you knocking on my door because right away I think you're a religious group trying to get money. That's all I think about. What are you coming to my door for? Now and then I open my door and people are singing Christmas carols, which is a beautiful thing,
well, the
right?
whole neighborhood points to your house. Hey, he's got money. Go see him.
No. They look at my yard. I look like I live on a farm. I like the way I live. I even have a tree house, you know.
It's a ghost in the yard.
No, it's a great place to live. I'll tell you that.
Quiet, except when the trains go by.
Yeah, I like the trains, though. The trains are cool. I can see all the graffiti and what they write on there. And
How many trains a day go by there?
probably 4. Not many, and I'm not around for about 8 or 10 hours, so not that many. You're so used to it, it's crazy. I love when I have a backyard party and a train comes by, though. The crowd gets paralyzed, you know. When you live there, we're used to it.
Now, the trains going any faster or are they going slower?
Sometimes they come by pretty quick, you know. Speeds that as a youngster, we used to hop the trains all the time. All my friends, and my friends are alive watching this show. They remember people all the time we hopped trains. We lost a good kid up in near Shaughnessy hopping a train once. I might get his father to come on the show. I have to visit him. Matter of fact.
Well, hopping trains.
It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing.
When we were kids, it was quite the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now it's an era gone by. All the box cars are closed. They don't ride open anymore. Yesteryear, they used to ride with the doors wide open. And you just hop in there.
Yeah, I remember getting on a train heading toward like Tewksbury and Wilmington, right behind my house, that same train. And it started to go so fast, I had to go all the way to Wilmington before it slowed down to get off. Then you got to call your dad for a ride home, and he might have slapped you in the back of the head a couple of times, you know. But I feel real good about the schools. I really do. That I wasn't feeling good a couple years back, but right now when I hear what's happening at the federal level, get rid of the Department of Education, some big changes are going to come.
Scary changes there.
Yeah, there's some big scary ones, but they want to give it back to the states to run the education system. Maybe then when that happens, we can get rid of like DESE, let's say. Who knows? Who knows what's going to change, but changes are coming. And I feel because of Jay Lang, not because of my knowledge, a couple of years ago on the show, he said, watch out, and this year, 25, 26 years, watch out, money's going to be tight. He told us that a while ago. And so I think we're going to have to see some adjustments.
Well, on the agenda is this guy coming to Boston. He's going to bring hell to Boston. I don't know what he's going to do. One of Trump's guys?
Yeah.
That's going to be a knockdown, drag out when he gets here.
Well, I'll tell
It
you
could
what.
actually ever happen. It could just be intimidation.
What I think is trouble's coming for some people, and not a lot of nonprofits, which I have a lot of issues with, good and bad. They got to be careful. Right now, I think that Trump's message is if you're wasting or abusing money in any way, shape, or form, we're coming to get you. When I heard him say drain the swamp a few years back, you remember that?
Yeah.
That quote just stuck with me for a long time. But recently he said something that got me going in that direction. He said, try to be word for word. He said, for decades, he went like that, for decades. I think he did it 3 times. For decades, America's been getting ripped off. We've been getting ripped off. It's not going to happen anymore. Excuse me. And that's how I feel. We've helped the whole world. We do everything around the world. We fight everybody's wars, and we're going to take care of the world. And I'm so glad it might be coming from my 5 grandchildren. I really am. That's where I feel positive. For me, I got the best of this place, believe me.
Well, Bobby, the
It
government,
really did.
the government has the luxury of being able to lie to people. And I was watching, I think it was Al Jazeera early this morning. Nigeria. Who cares about Nigeria? Well, I like to see how different governments are reacting. Nigeria, they lied to the people. They're tearing down their houses. Just pick the neighborhood, tearing all the houses down. They're going to put up luxury houses in Nigeria, and if the citizens don't like it, tough cookie, or there's a gun barrel for you. And I'm glad I don't live in Nigeria. But the way the Nigerians got in power is they suck at their supporters into supporting them. So we have to hold our elected officials accountable for what they're talking about. Hold them accountable. If we don't hold them accountable, we're going to turn into Nigeria.
I drive by the South Common quite a bit. Out of 7 days, I have to do it because I go to the high school maybe 4 times a week.
What do you do down there?
Just drop my grandson off.
Okay, gotcha.
I like to ride him there, and every time we drive by, I'll tell him, look, see if you could find any tents on the South Common. And in the past couple of months, no tents. No tents on the South Common anymore, and which is a great thing for me. Now the good weather's coming. Let's see if that stays that way. And
Well, it depends on what Greedy Gordon wants to do.
well, we sit here and we come up and we talk about things like you with parking. Come on, that's your big issue, and I wish people knew the good side of you with parking because you give away a lot of parking spots for people when you can. And they don't see that part. They only see you complaining about parking. But I'll tell you something right now. What I want, I seen what you did, the Lowell Police Department did for the South Common. I had a friend recently killed on Bridge Street, hit by a car. Herman's his first name. He got killed. He's gone. Great guy, too. So now I looked the other day and I'm saying, Lord, boy, we got to do something about the way people drive. It's just craziness. Lakeview Avenue is one of the toughest streets in the city of Lowell. If you're on Bunker Hill Ave, which I go there quite a bit, they'll look at St. Louis becoming something else with 21 units inside the church. Unbelievable Lakeview Avenue, the speeds people are doing between Bridge Street and let's say Aiken Avenue, that part of Lakeview, 1,000 kids maybe, I think, come out of the high school, cross over the bridge, they either go up Bridge Street or they go down Lakeview Avenue, and one's enough for me. We need to slow the traffic down everywhere. Barnum Avenue, Boylston Street, just slow it down.
It's called
They don't
electronic.
have to be doing 20, but nobody should be doing 50.
I call it
Nobody.
electronic ticketing, Bob.
Okay, that'd be a great
These
idea.
silly
I'm
little
for it.
signs you see, we're driving down the street, and it says, your speed is 24. Your speed is 44. Sometimes it says, thank you. It should take a picture of my car, and if I'm 5 miles over the speed limit, I get a letter in the mail that I have to go visit the police station and explain why I was doing 50 miles an hour, or 40 miles an hour, or 31 mile an hour on Highland Street. And you start doing, okay, you didn't appear for your first visit. You didn't, so you get 3 strikes. And the first one's $100. Bring $100 to the police station, hand it in there, that's your fine. And that'll, honest to God, there'll be no more blocking of intersections. You just need a little bit of enforcement. The cops are too busy to do it. They don't want to do it. I don't blame them. I don't want to argue with the likes of me or the likes of you. Oh, I'm sorry, I have to go to the bathroom. I'm old. You have all these wonderful excuses. I don't blame the cops. They don't want. Electronic ticketing's the way we've got to go. And the state legislature just goes, hangs up the phone and goes, would you repeat that? Would you repeat that, please? Because Rodney Elliott, kind enough to make time to come here, he admitted there's no mindset to do electronic ticketing at the State House.
Andover voted for the same thing, the 25-mile-an-hour zone. And I know that's too slow. It'll cause some road rage issues, without a doubt, because someone's going to want to do 60 coming up to your rear end, and you're doing 25. I've already tested it all out. I drove a taxi for years, Uber taxi for years. You're driving around seeing everybody on their cell phone. It's so scary. It's crazy. And like I said, a good friend of mine just got killed in Lowell on Bridge Street. And we need to slow it down. If not, I stay in my house.
Was it never mind your friend. We'll take your friend out of it.
Yeah, hold on for 1 minute.
Lowell's the jaywalking capital of the world. Please continue.
No, without a doubt it is. But the children coming out of the high school, they know how to cross streets, because if they didn't, it's a highway, right there. Bridge Street, it's a tough street to cross. But it's easier than Lakeview Avenue. That's my point. Lakeview Avenue is unbelievable. It really is. And you have to be on it a little bit to see it.
Well, we need more painted crosswalks on Lakeview Avenue.
That would be a good idea to start there. And at the same time, though, you have to, it's a big cut through. They're going to fly. That's people that live in Drake, at Tingsboro, Nashua, Hudson. They're just flying to get out of here, because every day, not just Friday anymore either. You go out of your house at about 2:30 or 3 o'clock, you're going to hit roadblocks all over Lowell. So you think Heinz's Tavern, when that's built, you won't be able to breathe.
They're going to park on Gorham Street. Greedy Golden, he'll put signs up today. Go to old Greedy Golden. He'll get them up there today. No parking on Gorham Street.
Yeah,
Even though it's a state highway, no, I got news for you. People park on Gorham Street all the time. Get on to Santoros. They park on Gorham Street. You can park on Gorham Street. Go right ahead. See what happens.
Yeah. So we need more people. Don't forget, we need you to come out and run for city council in District 4. We need people to come out, without a
Let me
doubt.
put the map up there. Give us some help. Here is the handy dandy map of elections in Lowell.
Yep.
And Danny Rook doing a great job over in Pawtucketville. He'll do even a better job if he gets competition. So someone needs to run against Danny Rook.
Yeah.
I
don't mean to
I'll
laugh.
say you're wasting your summer,
Yeah.
but somebody needs to run against Danny Rook. And then over to District 2, Corey Robinson. Great city councilor. He'll be even a better city councilor if we get somebody to run against him. But you're wasting your summer. District 3. There's already 4 people running here.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Corey Belanger's doing a great job. He was injected into the seat that John Leahy left about the other recently, and If they had ejected me there, I would have taken it too. I think if there was an election, he would have been elected anyway. So I think he got the, I'm happy with the way he got the seat, but now he's got 3 competitors running against him. That's the way it should be. You want to see this guy's going to sharpen his pencil pretty good. He's going to really sharpen up his wits. District 4. Please, we need to get a 30, 40, or 50-year-old person to run in District 4. Wayne Janess, wonderful man, lackluster in his performance. Pothole capital of the city, traffic hazard part of this. If you have, when you live in District 4, bring your patience, because the traffic stinks. The traffic lights aren't lined
John,
up.
help me out in District 4, okay? 2 is for Robinson, that's Centerville.
Yeah.
So what is 4? What's that cover? Does that cover any of Bridge Street?
Starts at the Drake line
Yeah,
and goes to the connector.
so right,
Bridge Street.
Bridge Street.
Yep. I'll get a better picture of District 4 in a second.
You know who I thought in that area, that Joe, what's his name, Prokop? What, George? Was it George Prokop?
Cadillac of a guy, George.
I think he lives in that
Have
district.
you ever seen
though.
George Prokop's wife?
No.
That's why he's smiling all the time.
Yeah, he's a good
What
guy.
a beautiful woman she
I
is.
see him at the Winterfest.
When I met her, I went like, no wonder you're smiling all the time, George. He's a nice guy. Beautiful wife. So District 5,
Kim
Kim
Scott.
Scott. Now people say, oh, don't run against Kim Scott. Look, we need somebody to run in every
That's
district.
the district that they always have someone to come out to try to challenge her. And she lost a lot during redistricting. She really did. She lost all those people, including myself, that now vote in Belvedere. We used to vote for her, but
It's
now.
called gerrymandering. Nobody said a word. Shh, don't say nothing. Came from the State House. We got screwed on that. Going over to District 6. This is Sakari Chow. He was the mayor. Nice man. He needs competition. Will somebody run against him?
I
It's the
believe
most
them.
condensed population in the city. The Lower Highlands, most condensed.
Yeah.
And then we got Paul Rathayem over here in District 7, the Acre. Very condensed neighborhood. Likable guy. And needs competition. Needs competition. And he and I, we don't agree on a lot of things, but we're friends. If I'm at a party, I'll go sit with Paul Rathayem. Good guy. And then we got Johnny Dakota up here in the Highlands, the Upper Highlands, please. Up in the Upper Highlands, and Johnny Dakota needs competition. That's what he needs. I got to go find a better map of District 4, Bobby.
No, that's okay.
You can babble a little bit.
No, that's okay. Like I said, to me, it's softball season, baseball season. It's what I get excited for. There's a lot of my friends have kids playing softball, you know. So it's that the time of the season's coming. I live right behind a home plate, so you can see who's coming out to practice the most. Shed Park always has some good baseball players.
So this did voting increase in other districts around the city after they changed the voting law? I don't think so.
No, I don't believe we.
That's my personal opinion. I don't think so.
No, but it's usually you need a big issue. Like, remember last election, it was the ADUs, right? And that pushed Eric.
This year was almost chickens. We
Yeah.
almost had chickens, but
No,
the
but the
chickens flew
ADU
away.
unit pushed Eric Gitcher to the top, Rita Mercier second. And it almost destroyed Vesna Noon. He came in third, but again, Corey put up a good race citywide, so I don't know why he doesn't run for citywide again, because it's just going to be so amazing, the numbers. I wish I was a guy like Marty Laurie would have a better breakdown, because he used to use, the voting sheet and go door to door. I mean, he was a mailman too. There's nobody that probably knows more of the pulse when it gets close to voting time. And the numbers this time in Belvedere are going to be astronomical. It's That's a good word. That's what's going to happen. Probably get.
What makes you think
Oh,
because
they're
they're
gonna
going
just.
to jack up? They
I'll
actually,
tell you why they're going to vote. The person that's running, Miss Gendron,
the city
Danny
council.
Finn. No, they're going to have groups of people that are going to work hard for each one, and Corey too.
The city,
Think of that. And the fourth person, I'm sorry, we should get that person's name, so I don't leave her out.
our city council actually thinks that we're okay with. Oh, yeah, people, they love their taxes going up. Oh yeah, we love it. We love the fact that there's no parking in the neighborhood anymore. We love that. We love it. That's Lowell. City council has been duped into thinking you're on easy street. This is going to be the easiest re-election you ever saw in your life. The citizens love you. They love the tax increase. They love there's no parking in the neighborhood anymore. They love our greedy manager, Greedy Golden. Give me more money. This guy blows all the federal funds that come into town, state funds, meals tax. Don't forget they won't mind the meals tax. The restaurants are drying up in Lowell. Why? I can't give you a good answer, but restaurants are drying up in Lowell. But they won't mind the meals tax. Don't worry about it. Then the real estate taxes. They're going up, up, up. The city's just robbing us blind, and I'm going to guess most of the citizenry is disenchanted with this.
Yeah,
Greedy Golden tells them otherwise.
I believe you're right when it comes to property taxes, but where else are they going to get money? Where can
Stop.
where
Spy
can-
some administration. Bobby, what does the DPD actually do? They do a lot. Okay, well, I love that term. They do a lot. They're working hard. What do they do? They're working hard. That's all you hear. You don't know what they're doing? Nobody does. Ask your city council. How about that mayor? He was making like hundreds of thousands of dollars a year was hidden in the budget. And I couldn't help but think there are a lot of our
talking about the one in
city
Everett?
officials, Everett, city officials, they can't read the budget. They just go like, vote for Greedy Golden, and they have no idea what's in the budget. And so, ladies and gentlemen on the city council, administration hides stuff in the budget.
I think you're right. I think people are sick of paying taxes, that's for sure. Because I just got, you get a kiss from Social Security. If you haven't looked into your checking accounts, go look. You might have a few thousand extra that the government sent you recently, okay?
And Owen just got a big
And then-
fat check,
Yeah, I know. And
my wife.
then yesterday I got all my excise taxes, and I don't mind, like, I drive a 2011 Toyota. The excise tax is like $80.
It's a beautiful car.
Yeah, my wife's car's probably $100. That's a RAV4, 2015. Then I have another car that's new or newer, just a year old, $356. You know what I mean, I don't know why the excise taxes are so different. Because I don't mind paying $80 on my 2011. It's worth it to try to fix the roads, and believe me, that job's incredible.
They don't fix the roads with that money. He just hires more of his friends.
Yeah, well, all I know
How
is
well are the roads you're driving on, Bobby?
I drive. Yeah, they're pretty bad. But this has been one incredible year. Really has. The wind causes real cold weather, and boy, does that do it. That does a number on a lot of things. Roof, siding, hot top. It does wonders. Now good weather's here, so they'll be able to fix it back up pretty good. So we had some big ones. The one in front of Lowell Cemetery, I said it a few times here on the show, and they went over and fixed that dip. But the one here on Elm Street is just getting a little deeper, a little deeper.
Bobby, yesterday I get a text that Fort Hill's on fire and Lowell Cemetery's on fire. So I had to go up to Tewksbury, so I'm out on Lawrence Street. And thank God Eric Gitch is looking into the fire hydrants. And I see the fire trucks. They're across the Concord River on the Shed Parkside. They're fighting the fire, and the fire's out, but they're just there keeping it damp. And I get to the other side of the Concord River Bridge on the cemetery, the little cemetery side of the bridge. There's a fire hydrant sticking out of the ground like 4 feet. And the fire department is using this hydrant. And the water is spurting out from the pipe itself out of the ground. It was like a gusher of water. And the low water trucks are on the scene, like looking at it, but couldn't shut it down because the fire department needed that hydrant to work. And so somebody ain't been doing their job. Mr. Golden, do you have a manager that's not doing his job in charge of the water department, not checking the fire hydrants? We need a city council. See, Lowell, one of Lowell's things, you have to know a city council to get anything fixed. Shouldn't be that way. Yeah, I drive through Tewksbury, I drive through Hampton, and Hampton Beach. Stuff gets fixed on their own. You don't have, stuff doesn't have to get reported. See a fence down, they fix it. They're fixing the fence right away. Pothole, they're fixing the pothole right away. They're replacing fire hydrants before they become faulty. Doesn't happen in Lowell. You got to know a city council. You want that fixed? Call Rita Mercia. And Rita goes, oh, during the meeting, Mr. Manager, if you could get that fire hydrant over on Lawrence Street, if you could get that looked at, please. It should be done automatically.
Yeah,
But it's not.
it's been put out there though by Eric just recently.
Yep.
So they'll work on that too. And maintenance of the schools. Never mind just the schools. What do we got? 28, 29, maybe 30 because we bought a school here and there. We don't maintain our buildings. We haven't maintained them. And you do hear Corey Robinson a lot with Eric Gitcher a lot talking about the maintenance of all our buildings. And, you know, I don't care what school. Pick any school you want, and you'll find so many violations in it, it's crazy. Electrical things that sometimes the building should be shut down. You know, no locks on the on where the electrical panels are, and all kinds of things.
Well, the smoke and mirrors we're getting about the Smith Baker Center, it chews up way too much of the city council meeting. Tear it down. Oh, we're going to do this. If you think federal funds are going to just, boom, come out of the sky, you're out of your mind. Ain't going to happen. Okay, so here's District 4. So you can zoom in and see exactly what it is. And I'm mistaken. It's not on Bridge Street at all.
Is that Paul Belay's area?
Yep.
It is.
So we got the Willette Bridge here. That's the top donut bridge. And so it begins at the Rogers. It begins here. There's a plus button here. District 4 begins at the Wamasett Central. Begins at Gallagher Square. If you know what Gallagher Square is, Gorham and Central and Thorndike come together. That's where it begins. Begins there, goes over to beginning of Roger Street, this side of the Concord River.
So St. Anthony's is in the District 4?
Yep. And so we'll drag down here a little base, just so you get a good look at what we're looking at here. I'll try to keep it on the screen here. And this is a City of Lowell map. So it's very accurate. Here's the Rogers School. Here's the studio. The studio's right here. So this is where City Lights produced. And City, when they put the Rogers School together, this is where the teachers used to park. But then they decided, you know, we're going to put a building there and let the teachers park where they may. Have the teachers park at the funeral home. So I'll take that up with Liam Skinner the next time he can visit us. But going all the way through District 4, goes out Middlesex Street, Church Street, goes through downtown, then it takes a left, goes by the Songus Arena. What a crazy district, huh?
Yeah.
Taking a left. goes through a lot of UMass Lowell territory. And then over in Top Donut Land, here is the Aiken Street, the Willette Bridge. Here's the Lasher Ballpark. Top Donut's over here.
Yeah, so they don't have a big voter base in 4 either. Jackson Street's probably the biggest numbers.
And then we got Paul Belay's district right over here. He's got Avon Street.
So he falls in 4, huh?
Dock Street. Yep. Whoop. Get back over there. So I don't know if he's Centerville or Pawtucketville. But that's the district for Cockamamie. Crazy districts. Lakeview Avenue. So that's District 4. Back over to you, Bob.
Yeah, and it's not over yet. You might have another one come out in District 3. Might be 5. Redistricting is a funny thing. I'll tell you right now, it's made it easier. It made it easier for Paul Rathiem. Because when we used to have to run citywide in Lowell, he was last, alphabetical order. So it's going to be beautiful. That's all I know. And I happen to be in where the biggest fight will be, District 3. That is awesome. So I was against it, redistricting. Now I'm for it. I kind of like it. Like you said, come on out in any district. Trying to think of who I know in 4, but you gotta get some. Oh, I know someone. Hillary Clark. Hillary, I'm telling you.
She's great.
Ooh, I'd like to see her name come out for sure.
So from the audience, I was told that WCAP said yes, that Tara Hung pulled papers to run for city council. Not sure what district. I talked to Gary Francis this morning. We chit-chat a lot on the phone. And good friend of mine. And he said that today's National Funeral Director Day, it's National Morticians Day. So if you see an undertaker, give him a hug, will you?
So he's going to run for city council, and he's already at the state rep level.
I have
huh?
Tara Hung's cell phone. I will text him and ask him. Because I don't think you can pull papers yet. I don't think you can, but I could be wrong. I can't know everything.
No, I know recently I bet they got in touch with me saying they needed my last report, financial report. And I think my daughter does all that stuff, but I think I got about $65 still in an account at Lowell Bank. So I'll have maybe one party. I'm just going to look to get enough money for signs. I'm not going to be running to raise a lot of money for sure. One party will cover everything I need, so I'll probably have it at Kilkenny's Pub if I can have it outdoors too, half and half. See, get Paul Belay to play the music and just have a good time.
I just had a text to Tara Hung, so if he responds by the time the show is, if the show's, I'll tell you what he has to say. I asked him, are you running for city council?
Yeah, like I said, the most important thing for me, and I've been involved in a lot of different elections, is when someone works as hard as Eric Gitcher has and he can't even get 6 votes, that's just going to make me work harder for him. And I know I got a good friend up there at the Riley School. He wears an Eric Gitcher hat every day, like I do. And he goes to pick up his children. I pick up my granddaughter, and we have that on and at the Riley School. And just us two alone are going to be working overtime for Eric this time around until we get him 6 votes. Like the school, you need 4. It's hard. It's hard. If you don't have 4 votes, you can't get nothing done. And the same thing on the city council, you need 6. And some of the stuff that he's done has been incredible, and he hasn't had 6 votes in a long time. I don't think he's ever had it.
Well, it'll be
He gets
interesting.
about 4. He gets about 4.
Be interesting to see tonight what goes on about this no parking for Heinz's. Be interesting because Eric's got to talk about to revisit that. I forget the wording is, but
Yeah.
Cliff was reading the agenda yesterday to us, and Eric Gitcher's got that up.
Well, he'll find the things that are negative about it and definitely bring that up. So we'll see. We'll see. A lot of towns, I seen it in the news this morning, are fighting back with that issue. You know, I mean, Lowell has done, I think it's fair share for the state. I think it's time for them to look at us for some help. You know, look at what the to me, the city council has worked on homeless better than anybody else in my lifetime. And
Well,
Trump now is, what's he doing? Trump is talking about, let's take care of people from here, America first. And I can't see but why there's so much hatred for Elon Musk. I really can't figure that out yet. I think he's brilliant, and he's looking at all the waste. And look at what they found already. I mean, come on. I've seen it in my life just being in the Army and working for the state, a lot of waste. A lot of waste. Throw that tool away. It's got a scratch on it.
well, the way it's sold to me, Bob, it's like you love to go to flea markets.
I like to sell at flea
So
markets.
you go to flea markets, and you walk up, and there's a tool case there, loaded with tools. So I already have screwdrivers. I don't need screwdrivers. But I'm told that down in Washington, D.C., it's a toolbox that you're passing. This is for better healthy teeth. But also in there is keeping the llamas alive in Australia. And so you say to yourself, I want healthy teeth. I don't care about the doggone llamas, but I want healthy teeth so bad I'm going to pass that law, and I think that's what happens. That's the way it's sold to me. We're going to go to break. We'll be back.
All right.
Thanks. I want healthy teeth so bad I'm going to pass that law.
morning. Welcome to the City Life Show. Tom Bomil's off today. I tried to get my sister Charmaine on the show here, but she wants to be on when Tom's on, so we'll get her on at another time. She works at a place called Miracle Ear, and if you're going deaf, she's the girl, I guess, that will answer some of your questions, so I'll try to get her next week. But Ned Tarmey's not here, but he has bought a table full of tickets for the party, Rodney Elliott's Irish party for the bridge, and they'll be celebrating Tom Shanahan of the Four Sisters Diner this time around. It's on Saturday. Ned bought a whole table for us. Thank you, Ned. I'll be there. It's good breakfast, good time last year, and the entertainment will be, help me out, the fundraisers. Paul Belay.
Fundraisers are going to be there. The
Yep.
HOEY dances will be there. Tom Shanahan's the honoree,
Yep.
and there'll be a lot of political shenanigans happening there, and be always a good time.
Yeah, I love the fundraisers. I have a lot of fun with them.
And also a very
good
delicious,
name.
delicious time to it. Like
Yeah,
these.
it is. But let me see. Chris Brunel plays the guitar with Paul Belay. They play themselves a lot, but when the fundraisers are out there, they're in the band with Paul Belay's brother at the drums. I think his name's Donnie.
Donnie, yeah.
Yeah, Rick Cemento, a good friend of mine, plays the lead guitar, and then Leo Sheridan plays the keyboards and the bass, I believe, and he has some good vocals. So they do a lot of Chicago, the old music, and even up-to-date music, but they're just a lot of fun for any party, and they donate their time. What more can I say about them? But that's coming up this Saturday, so it's a good week. I'm all excited about the election coming up in Lowell already. We have some great people that have already entered the race, and it's going to be a lot of hard work for me one more time, because I'm working for two people. It could be three. One was Eric Gitches, citywide. I want him. I want Dan Finn for District 3, the district I live in. If Corey was running citywide again, I would pick him second to get on there, because I love who he hangs with and who his friends are. But I'm with Dan Finn in my district, that's for sure. So I have to get that out there. And I'm running for school committee citywide. And I'm so happy to know Danielle McFadden. I don't think we ever met. I know my sister's going to vote for you. I hope I can get the other vote off my sister, because you get 2 votes for citywide school committee. But Danielle, as soon as you entered the citywide race, I said I have to enter. I'm going to be there to make sure you get elected. I want to be number 1 in the number 2 business. I want to be second. And I usually was 6th. I won 4 times citywide school committee in the past, but that's in the past. It's not like it was anymore. This is a whole different, I like to say, game. They did redistricting, and it hurts a few people. I think it hurts Kim Scott. She always has a challenger, and she's always working hard to get elected. And so Lowell has changed quite a bit, but Danielle McFadden coming out and putting your name in there. No one ran for citywide schools last time. There was no interest, but we need change. We need a lot of change in Lowell. And the schools are probably the most important part. And the mayor. I want to work for my 5th mayor. I want to work with Danny Rourke. I think he'll be the next mayor again. Just by what he's done so far.
Well, there's a lot.
We'll see.
A lot of puff goes with that job. I got some good news about the Pope, thanks to Ralph Hogan. Ralph Hogan sends this morning that Pope Francis is no longer in imminent danger of death. Doctors declare. So, hey, good for you, Pope. Congratulations. Good guy. I saw him when we went to Rome. Come out his little window, and pretty cool. Oh, he just speaks to the crowd. So hopefully he'll be back up there pretty soon. And don't forget to hug your undertaker today. National Funeral Director and Morticians Recognition Day. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. That's a good little slogan. But bottom line, hug an undertaker today. Back to you, Bob. Bob,
Yeah.
you're a part-time undertaker. You can get some hugs today.
So when we're looking at an election and looking at the mayor's subject that people want to talk about, because a lot of people think we should elect our mayors, and the city council shouldn't be doing that. But I worked for 4 different mayors when I was on the school committee, and 2 did very well. They do real well, and 2 I didn't think did a good job at all. They're a big part of the school committee. And Danny was a huge part of this school committee. As soon as he walked in on the door, he hired Liam Skinner. I'm not sure if that was day 1 or day 2, but he hired Liam Skinner. He came up with a motion to hire Liam Skinner, and they wanted to search the world. They wanted to search all over the world to get somebody. We have over 1,300 teachers. We have a big system. 15,000 students, as many as U Lowell. Probably just the same as U Lowell. It's a real big system. And they promote from within, especially someone like Liam Skinner that done a great job at the daily school. I don't think anybody can question that. And he hired somebody that to be in charge of all the principals. That's incredible. I know she wants to be a superintendent someday, believe me, the number 2 person. And there's 28 schools. That's a big system. And to hire what Danny did, putting Liam Skinner in there, showed all the staff, showed everybody you can get it from Lowell. There's a career ladder in
I think it
Lowell.
was a wise move.
Yeah, great move.
To promote from within,
Yeah.
because the problem with hiring an out-of-towner is they sit there for the first year and go like, I'm the new guy. I just got here. And like Cliff, God bless him, I love what he has to say. What he says, there's the 3-letter rule that are in the desk drawer. And the first letter is, I just got here, I'm new, this will never happen again for something to get screwed up. Second letter says, heads will roll, this will be fixed, this will not be happening again. And the third screw up, you open the third letter and it says, prepare 3 letters. But that doesn't happen at all. Nobody gets, you just gotta, what is the third rail, Bob? You talk about efforts of performance or something like that? What do you, maintenance of effort.
Maintenance of effort, yeah.
If you talk about maintenance of effort, you're out the door.
You're gone, yeah. Be quiet about that issue, but I think we're going to see, that's what I'm hoping for all our buildings, all city buildings. I think they're going to work, we'll see in the next couple of years that they get us something a little bit better than lands and building only. It's too small, and they're not all qualified to do the job. I was saying this 25 years ago. They're not bad people. They just don't know how to fix HVACs and electrical and everything like that. You need a unit, a group of people that know what they're doing to maintain your buildings the right way, from the roofs down to your boilers. You need the right people, and I see that.
You have
and-
to, but
and
we
I
have
see
the right
that in
people,
this.
they're not trained.
Right, and I see that in this city council. Eric Gitcher for 1, Corey Robinson for 2. They've been preaching it, so it might come. It might come.
Well, look at IT. They say to Tommy Golden, Tommy, why did you hire Mary Smith to run IT? So she worked at Radio Shack. That's her qualifications. She worked at Radio Shack. That's how we run Lowell.
Well, we just lost someone that's
You
pretty
hire
good
our
at that.
friends.
Karen Casella hired someone that was in the school system that was very good at that, Santos.
Yeah,
So
good guy.
Yeah,
Good move for him.
yeah. We lose a lot of good people because other cities and towns will pay a little bit more for, like, speech pathologists. I love bringing them up all the time. People say, what do? They do something very important. Tutors right now are going to be special. I remember the first time I think it was 94, I forget what year, to be honest with you, the first time I won. I won my school seat when Rita Mercier won her city council seat that year, so it's a long time ago. And When I was on that school committee, I used to call Timmy Golden the Prince of Paraprofessionals because he was really pro-paras. And boy, how he was so right. Look at how important those people are, paraprofessionals. I'm sorry you're still underpaid, but what a job they do. What a job. In the younger grades, parents are supposed to put a bag together for your child in case they soil their pants, let's say. Paras, I had paras help us out one time. They cut the pants because we forgot to put the clothes in the locker. And the para did everything they could to help out our child. And to me, just that alone, I know more about what they do, but there's a lot of students that need the Lighthouse School, let's say, in Chelmsford that costs $350,000 per child. We have children almost probably that bad that need that, and we can only send, I think it's 2. But that's a big part of the budget, folks. We're going to hear a lot of talk about special education, without a doubt. And then there's cuts come. We're going to have to find places to cut. I have a few in mind already, but I'll wait until
What would you cut, Bobby?
Well, the first thing I'd work on, 2 things I'd look on is the way we feed our children and who we hire to do that vendor. A lot of our schools have kitchens that are set up. It wouldn't take much for us to make our own food for the kids. I'm just saying, it's just one. Busing would be another big issue. Do our own busing if we can, and it's possible. Because believe me, we're going to be in court paying millions when it comes to busing. And there's different type of busing. I'm talking about the big yellow buses, mainly. That's where we could do something to save money. And to cut, I think we already showed it, what we did at the Cardinal O'Connor School when Dr. Kafawi was here. An alternative school that wasn't working, had about 7 or 8 students in that whole school, and he sent them back to the Sullivan School. Send them back to the Sullivan. Take care of your own issues out there. And what did he do? Made a pre-K. Cardinal O'Connor School is a jewel. It's beautiful, and that's what we got to do. We got to get them young, and they can all read by the 3rd grade. We have to do it. It's going to come someday. Maybe we can go to, like Chelmsford did, separate the 5th and 6th from the 7th and 8th. Separate them. We got enough schools that we can do that. Works pretty good, I believe, in Chelmsford. I'm not going to say it's going to work in Lowell, but who knows? Got to try to bring things like that up. They're not going to like to hear me say, because I never voted really for alternative schools. I think a school should fix all the problems right there. Have a classroom. Put the right pros in it. You need the right people to deal with people like myself. Can't give me the ruler. Can't give the kids the ruler like you did to me, but, try to keep them in school. And
Bobby, I think we should look for effective means to help children study better.
Yeah.
In our day, it was a whack on the knuckles. That don't work today.
No, you don't need to do that no more. No, of course not. I know what I do. It helped me. I always respected every teacher that gave me some discipline, because that's why I look at Lowell High. You got 3,200 children when it's maxed out, okay? Believe me when I tell you, you can send your kid there if they go there for Latin Lyceum or high honors, AP courses, no matter what. Your kid can go to Harvard, MIT. We send kids to the greatest of schools, but you have about 1,000 in my eyes that they're not going to go anywhere, and there's nowhere to go. I was in that group. I had the U.S. Army, thank you. They took you even if you didn't have a high school diploma, and then they'd get you one in the service. It was all discipline. All discipline. And the Rogers School gave me the most. And I loved them. All of them. I would never forget telling them. I've said it 100 times on this show. I shook their hands when I went, hey, do you remember hitting me? And every teacher that I did that to looked at me and said, you can't tell people we hit you. Well, you did. And I'm here to give you a pay raise. That's what I said, honestly. That's what I said to them. I'm here to give you a pay raise. And I still communicate with some of those teachers that have passed away now. I still communicate with their family members of how much their father has done for me. And Miss Generakis, the music teacher, come on. If you haven't had teachers like that, and I always said they're underpaid, they are. I'll defend that to the day I die. 180 days, that's all they work, Mr. HOEY. Well, listen, some of our jobs, we might work 225 days a year, but believe me, teachers, they deserve a break. 180 days, they need a vacation in the summertime. Maybe they can get a part-time job and make $200,000 like my friends do in a prison that have no college. So, that's the way I look at life. And
I mean, it's part of the gig. When you sign up to be a teacher, it's part of the gig. The getting the summers off, it's part of the gig. And I don't blame them.
They love children. Teachers love children. That's why they go to it there. They got to love children. And not all children, listen, like prison guards, okay, let me tell you something. To me, 40% of them shouldn't have got the job. Probably the same amount, or maybe 30% of cops, firemen, can't lug 10 pounds up a ladder, never mind a body coming up and down a ladder. There's a lot of people to get a job that don't deserve it. And there's a lot of veterans collecting money that probably don't deserve that either. I know people say it to me all the time, I only get 20%. Okay? Or you could get 100%. Why don't you go back? Or why don't you quit your job so you can move into the housing? That's how people talk to me. And we got a president right now going after all of that. And if I was a nonprofit and I got a family member that's into that type of business, you guys got to watch your back. If you're doing something wrong, if you're getting money sent from the federal government, you're supposed to be spending it in Lowell, and you're spending it everywhere else, could be in trouble. A lot of nonprofits, and we have some issues with nonprofits in our school system.
We're going to do the announcements, Bob.
Yeah.
So let me reduce this in size so it fits on the screen. It's not reducing. Well, at any rate, if you want an announcement on this show, easy to just send a text to my phone, and we'll get it out there. Okay, coming up this Saturday, State Representative Rodney Elliott, shrink it down so you can see everything, is having a celebration to help raise some money for the Bridge Club. Bridge Club saves lives. People who are addicted to whatever you're addicted to, you can be addicted to Irish dancing, and they'll help you out. So if you're addicted to alcohol, if you're addicted to drugs, you're addicted to whatever you might be addicted to, they have a program to help you out. They're saving lives down there. So they're going to have a St. Patrick's Day breakfast this Saturday at Lindsay's, honoring Tom Shanahan, the guy who creates the tasty breakfast over to the Owl Diner. They're going to have the Heavey Quinn Irish dancers there, Dave Russo, and the fundraisers will be there as well. Tickets are $50 a person. If you can't go, they're taking donations. They have, the Bridge Club has, let me finish the announcement. It's going to be Lindsay's, 810 Merrimack Avenue in Drake. Always a delicious time. If you have a question or you're in crisis or you really have a problem, you can call this guy Bob Cox. That's his cell phone number right there. But if you want to help him out, just take your smartphone, put it in camera mode, zero in on this QR code. It'll bring you to their webpage, and you can send them a donation. They really do save lives down there, so God bless Bobby Cox and his friends. Good guys, good people. Okay, so whatever town you live in, you can live in Tewksbury, Drake, Tingsboro, lovely Lowell, Chelmsford. If you got a census thing in the mail, help out your town. They get a little bit more money from Lori Trahan if you send back your census. It's how much money we get from the federal government, your town gets from the federal government, is based on the population in many cases. So if you don't send the census back, less dough for the town. Tony Archinsky is a good guy, and he's having a campaign fundraiser. He's out there and, I pressed the wrong button. Where am I going to go here? I'm going to win this argument. I always do. Just going to find out what button to push here. There we go. Tony Archinsky, campaign fundraiser. Tony for Drake, Archinsky for Selectman. Sunday, March 16th, 2025, noon to 3 p.m. Primo Pizza, a delicious stop. and 149 Parker Avenue, Drake. Donations accepted. Move right along on the day, Monday, March 17th. The annual Guy R. Constantine Shamrock Dinner at the Tingsboro Sportsman's Club. Monday, March 17th, 4 to 8 p.m. All tickets sold at the door. Adults, $12. Seniors, $12. Vets and kids, $6. Tingsboro Sportsman Club, by the way, is at 90 Westford Road in Tingsboro. Proceeds were going to benefit the Shriners Hospital, St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, and Hidden Battles. And this is in loving memory. I shrink this up a little bit. Hey, come on now, a little quick there. Slide up a little bit so you can see the bottom. In loving memory of Avis Constantine and Brian Garno. So, Tingsboro Sportsman Club, very quiet, peaceful, loving people out there. They do a lot of good work in Tingsboro. I'm a member out there. And you're not going to find nicer people than the people you're going to meet at the Tingsboro Sportsman's Club. Good people. Moving right along, we got, you want a new career? 60 employers are going to be at the Middlesex Community College, 33 County Square in lovely Lowell, Massachusetts, downtown Lowell. And it's the big tall building down there. It used to be Wang's Educational Center. That was what it was purposely built, but beautiful. It's Middlesex Community College building, and they're going to have a 2-day annual Greater Lowell Job Fair. And March 25th and 26th, it's free to go. Good luck finding a place to park. When I have to go down there, I'll park in the garage next to the UMass Indian Conference Center, and there's a bridge you walk over the river, and you get to the Middlesex Community College that way. But hey, good luck finding a parking spot if you can. But when you get there, there's 60 employers going to be looking for employees, so it's a good start. A lot of good jobs, a lot of government jobs there. So consider sending your kiddo down to that. And if you're in between occupations, that's where to go. You can register to go to this thing. Just take your fancy phone or your smartphone to put it in camera mode and zero in on this QR code, and you can register to go to this. Eric Kitchen, he sent me a ticket yesterday, and I didn't get time to pull it over yet.
Yeah, I told him to do that.
Yeah, he sent
because-
me I texted him, he sent me a picture. By
Yeah.
the way, I have not heard back from Tara Hung yet. If you
But Eric's party's March 27th on a Thursday, right, from 5:30 to 7:30 at Mount Pleasant Golf Club.
That's it. Bring your $25. I'll bring 100. He can use the dough. Eric, good guy. I know I'll be at that party. Today is March 11th. The Lowell Senior Center is proud to have lunch 7 days a week for $2. And if you don't have the $2, they feed you for free. So today, oh, you're in for a treat. Today is March 11th. Get back there. March 11th, which means there's stuffed cabbage right there. Yum, yum, eat 'em up. I love stuffed cabbage. $2, and if you don't have the money, just tell Tara, I don't have the money. She'll give you a ticket for free. You walk in the front door, and so get out the desk. Her name's Tara. Usually it's Tara. Could be somebody else, but Tara. And she'll give you a ticket for lunch. You go into what we call the great room, sit down with a bunch of old-timers like yourself. There's only one rule. You got to be over 60. You can live in Timbuktu. You can live in the acre. Doesn't make any difference where you live. You just got to be over 60 and older. Come on over for lunch. A delicious stop. That's the whole month right there. Coming out at the Tewksbury Senior Center is a free health fair. April 9th. There's going to be all kinds of vendors there. If you're a vendor, you want to be there, talk about nursing or whatever you want to talk about, be in touch with Susan Timmons. Her phone number's at the bottom there. But you got something ailing you? Take a ride out there. I'll talk to Susan, see if it's going to be right for you. So the phone number's down the bottom there. So hope to see you there April 9th at the Tewksbury Senior Center, 175 Chandler Street, out in Tewksbury. Moving right along, Danielle McFadden. The committee to elect Danielle McFadden invites you to the Lowell School Committee Candidate at-Large Campaign kickoff party for Danielle McFadden on Thursday, April 3rd, 2025, 5 to 8 p.m. at Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant, 141 Staple Street in lovely Lowell, Massachusetts. The Megan Foundation, the Megan House Foundation. These guys and gals help a lot of girls who are young women who have found themselves in pretty bad circumstances. They're having a fundraiser. It's a golf thing. So if you want to be a individual golfer or you want to buy a hole-in-one, all kinds of opportunities there to help out the Megan House. And it's coming up in June, on June 16th. And we'll talk more about this as it comes closer. But good group of people over at the Megan House. They're saving lives over there, too. And that's it for my announcements. Bobby, back over to you. I'm going to guess our guest rolled over or he wrote down the wrong day or whatever. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, Megan House, we could probably get Bob Gignac to come in and talk about it
Yeah,
before
Bob's
he
a good
does.
guy.
Yep. And so the city council meeting, we'll be talking about your issue again tonight. That's a good thing. The Heinz's Tavern, I'll be watching them tonight. City council is fun to watch.
I get Monday Night Dinner Club. I'd love to be watching, but
Oh, is that at Scola's? I'm
Yes.
going to that. But I can watch it on my phone while I'm there.
it's on Scola's. Yeah, but Scola's we're going to. Yeah, I didn't know you were going.
Yeah, I'm going tonight, Scola's. I remember, I actually called John Zimmerman yesterday, told him I'd be there.
Yeah, we haven't been to Scola's in a long time, so good choice, and so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it'll be good. So, yeah, John, I just feeling good about this election, buddy. That's all I wanted to come in and talk about today. And we need some more people to run for, without a doubt, all districts. But I think you're going to see quite a bit. I know the vote in Belvedere, to me, I just think because of the individuals that entered the race, they all get their friends out to vote anyways. Belvedere votes, I'd like to see the percentage. It'll be the highest we ever had, I believe.
I'm going to pull the agenda up right now,
Yeah.
and the way I go to get it, I just go to Google, and or any search engines will do
Yeah.
it. Some people like DuckDuckGo. It doesn't make no difference. You go to Lowell City Council agenda, and then you have the Agenda Center. You click on this puppy right here, and it brings you to a bunch of different, the Agenda Center. And they try to make you go elsewhere, but top of the line right there, City Council. And today is March 11th, so regular meeting. This was posted this day, who cares? But March 11th, that's tonight's meeting. And this is what's going on tonight's meeting. Let me see if I can make it fit on the screen a little bit better. Come on, baby, get over there. Can you see that whole thing, Bobby?
No,
Oh, you can't
all
see
I see
nothing.
is myself.
Can't see
That's it.
nothing.
I
Screwed up my little screens over here. There you go. I'm gonna try to get the whole thing on your screen there. You got everything now?
No, just roll call mayor's business.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm gonna scroll
Yeah.
down. So they're gonna approve the minutes from last time. That's usually okay. So I don't know what this ordinance amends zoning, the River's Edge Road. Oh, maybe they want to take away the parking there too. You know, the Golden doesn't want to have to park anywhere, so no parking. Probably that's to take away the parking.
Yeah, you have to know how to get around in Lowell.
So what do you do when you get here? You click on this guy here. There's a lot of legal mumbo jumbo here to confuse you. How many pages is this? Just two? Oh no, we got a bunch. Oh, look at all this good stuff you got to read. Now, what the heck they're talking about? You gotta even have a lot of blank pages here too. And so that's just one little thing that I don't know what the heck this is about.
Oh, you must have some motions, right?
But this is about, this used to be Shaughnessy Terrace 1,000 years ago. And they're doing something with that on the River's Edge. That's gonna be nice along the Concord River. I don't know what they're trying to pull off here, but they're trying to pull off something. They're asking for something special, so, let's go.
Yeah, I use the new way, the back way, come down the over the Concord River with the new bridges that they built.
All right, to go back to the agenda thing here. You want to put a pole on Haynes Avenue. I don't know where Haynes Avenue is, but that's okay.
Haynes Avenue is up off Roger Street.
Okay.
right after Fort Hill.
They want to put a new telephone pole there. Hope they don't put it in the middle of the sidewalk.
Eric gets you for fire hydrants.
Good move, because yesterday I watched on Lawrence Street how a fire hydrant was failing in the middle of a fire. So they got the water department in a bunch, 3 or 4 trucks there, and there's a gusher of water coming out of the fire.
Well, look at 6-3 there, John. That's the one you're interested in the most.
Yeah, okay, I'll stop talking.
No, I'm sorry. I'm
No, you
just
can
saying.
read each one of the,
The
hydrants
city
are-
council revisit the MBTA zoning
my
requirements.
guess is the hydrants haven't been looked at in 1,000 years, but I don't think that the manager has the guts to say that. Well, we haven't done that.
I heard Eric say something about how they had a certain amount of them somewhere collecting dust. They're brand new, like I think it was about 40 of them they have somewhere, and he can't figure out why they've never been put out there.
Well, maybe he'll get an answer. So, 6.2, whatever 6.2 is. Section 6 of the council agenda is, I guess that's where the 6 comes from. Council, get your request. Manager provide city council with the last 3 years of fire hydrant inspections done by the Lowell Fire Department during their annual inspections. I think you'll get a thing. Oops, we forgot to do that. We've been busy. City council revisit the MBTA zoning requirements for parking. God bless you, Eric.
It's making you smile.
I'm glad for that. And meanwhile, I hope you tell your colleagues, for next meeting, we can't park on the street. We have to park in a city garage and walk to City Hall. See how you like it.
I'm dying to hear him talk about 6-4. Like you're waiting for 6-3, I'm waiting for 6-4.
Okay, 6.4.
Yeah. That's
Request
so,
the city manager update the city council on the capital plan for upgrades at the Riley School gym.
yeah, I can't wait to hear him talk about that.
Riley School is on
Douglas Road.
Douglas Road. And what's the matter with the gym that you know of there?
It's just the floors are old. It's just an old floor that never was really maintained properly, and kids can get hurt on it, so we'll see what he says. I'm dying. He did I guarantee he did his walkthrough of the place.
That's it,
and-
he's got pictures.
Yeah, he just knows what's going on. It's a maintenance issue.
Councilor Noon, request city manager reach out to the state delegation, urging them to support, I don't know what that is, the modernizing funding for community media programming. That's mumbo jumbo. I have no idea what it is. Must be a chunk of money to do something. And then moving on to 6.5, Councilor Noon, request city manager reach out to state delegation, urging them to, that's the same thing. Sorry. 6.6, Councilor Noon, Councilor Yem, and Councilor Chow, request mayor proclaim April 17th as that's St. Patrick's Day. No, I'm sorry, that's a month ahead. So yeah, as Cambodian Genocide Remembrance to recognize the 50th anniversary of the fall of Cambodia. That's a great idea. How are you going to memorialize that to let people remember that your government will kill you? Right now I'm studying a little bit of World War II history. Do you know the Nazis had planned on killing millions of Russians if they had taken Russia? Just to make room for more Germans? That was the plan after World War II. In Cambodia, they just didn't like people. They just killed them. It's terrible. The pictures you see what they pulled off in Cambodia because of a terrible government. Got to be careful who we elect as our officials. We need good people to run for office, please. Please ask your grandkids to run for office. We need good people to run for office, please. Corey Robinson. Request the city manager consider working with the proper departments to coordinate cleanup efforts in our business districts, utilizing workforce volunteers and public resources for spring thaw cleanup efforts. Good thinking. You would think that would happen automatically, but not in Lowell. You got to know a city council to get something done in Lowell. We don't do anything automatically. 6.8. You still see 6.8, Bob? It does go up.
No.
Too high. 6.8, Council Robinson requests the city manager have the proper department establish and report on street sweeping schedule. See, in a regular city, that you don't have to ask these questions. It's all automatic. But because we have undermanagement of things, you got to know a city council to make anything happen. Because this wouldn't happen if they didn't ask about street sweeping schedule. It just wouldn't happen. We haven't got around to it. Corey Robinson, the city manager, have the proper department examine our ordinance for kennels and provide any recommendations on possible adjustments to assist the pet grooming small business community operating in our city. Councilor Robinson and Councilor Getchier require the city manager have the proper department explore drafting a construction employment ordinance similar to the town of Barricas. Don't know what this is about. We'll click this guy here and see how long it is. Sorry, but there is no web page. Oh, that's just too bad. Sad. Okay, whoops, go right here again. Scroll down. That link doesn't work. Councilor Yim requests city manager have the appropriate department plan an event in conjunction with the Tuskegee Airmen. I love those guys. I love them. Ever watched the Tuskegee Airmen movie?
Yeah.
Fantastic stuff. In honor of the Tuskegee Airmen. Good idea, Paul. Good idea. Bring in history about how people that you hate will save your life. What a fantastic movie. Councilor Janess, oh, I can tell it's election here. Councilor Janess, my local councilor, requests the city manager provide a report outlining structural inspections performed in all city garages in the past 24 months. I'm going to guess there haven't been any. We didn't think to do that. Other inspections or activities undertaken with regard to falling concrete in multiple garages. I'm going to guess this is based on, remember the tunnel thing happened like
Yeah.
last week?
14 should bring a little bit of attention, I think.
Johnny, Councilor Dakota, Councilor Scott, motion to rescind the January 14th vote to demolish the Smith Baker Center. What a waste of time this has been. Oh my God. But they're going to rescind that, and it'll be interesting to see. They should just not talk, just vote on it. Because they'll say, we should save a lot of stuff. It's time to let it go. I love my granddaughter's favorite show, my favorite movie, maybe not today, but called Frozen. Let it go. Let it go. Okay, although my friend Cliff Krieger, he wants to keep it. Request the city, now the next one, Councilor Dakota and Councilor Scott, request the city manager with the appropriate city departments and stakeholders to develop and implement a monthly parking garage permit program for the downtown businesses. I don't know what a stakeholder is, but it's okay. Somebody's looking for free parking, I guess. This is number 16. Councilor Scott requests the city manager provide an update on the odd-even sweeping pilot program to ensure the fiscal year 25 street sweeping calendar is posted as soon as possible, allowing residents to move their vehicles to help maintain the streets. Kim, you put a sign up the week before. We're towing all the cars on this street next week. If you're parking on this street, we're towing them. End of story. Put signage up. And people read and go, I don't want my car towed. Because this communication in the city is not what it once was. Motion, update, and attach. Communications from the manager. Anything here interest you here, Bob?
No.
Moving right along. How's that? We've got 15 minutes left. We got plenty of time. Anything here you like?
No, what I want to mention is something about the speed one more time. before the
Out of
show.
state travel. The cops are going to Vegas. Somebody's going to Vegas. Let's see where they're going, just for the heck of it. Just for the heck of it. I hope it's a good spot. Regional command. Oh, they're only going to Connecticut. Pfft, who cares? Really, go to Vegas. You should have a good spot, for God's sake. Close this window. I have, this is probably worth reading, but if you want to read this stuff, go on your computer, Lowell City Council agenda. Anything here you like, Bobby?
No,
Oh, this is always a surprise. Your street's going to become one way. I love this stuff. It's only for 60 days. Watch out. It'll probably be forever. They want a stop sign on Hutchison Street, Shaw Street.
Yeah.
Shaw and Hutchison. I guess they
over
must,
toward the Lincoln
they
School,
must
yeah.
intersect. That's the lower Highlands, yeah. Hutchison Street against southbound drivers on Hutchison Street at Shaw. What are you supposed to do? Show up and say, I want the stop sign, I don't want the stop sign? It's only temporary. We're just trying it out. Drake Street. We want a handicap plaque out on Drake Street, Dunbar Street. Parking prohibited on certain all streets. They're taking away your parking. Yep. On Dunbar Street. Goodbye, parking. Parking prohibited during certain streets during school hours. On Reed Street, no more parking. Taking away, we don't need to park. No, the heck with the citizens. They're only paying the taxes. Reed Street, getting rid of all the parking there. Yep, we got to make room for our school buses. Proposed 60-day trial for traffic orders. And that's the end of it.
Yeah.
Go back.
Well, like I said earlier on the Dawn Patrol about the 25-mile-an-hour speed limit.
Yeah.
I know that is almost impossible to have everybody do that, but certain streets like Lakeview Avenue and Centerville, I just had a friend that was killed on Bridge Street by a car. It's just, we got to slow them down a little bit. Just the ones that are doing 50. And there's a lot of them on every street. I get them on a dead-end street that I live on. I'd love to see a speed bump put right in front of my house just to slow them down. It's a school zone. And that's all. Not every driver. It's just a certain group that are driving over 50, which causes you issues. It's going to cause problems. And there aren't a lot of people on the cell phone, and I watch it. I see it in my own family. I guarantee you we got hit people that are using cell phones. I've done it. I've been guilty of it even when I was Ubering. It's
Hey,
not
Eric,
a
you wanna
good
talk?
it's not a good thing though.
Eric,
We got to slow the traffic down a little bit, without a
I'm not
doubt.
hearing you. Are you there? Okay, I'll put you on speed. I'll bring you over to Bobby. Hang on a second.
So that's all I'm thinking. If the police focused on speed a little bit, it would just make Lowell a better place to live and safer for all the students that are crossing over the bridge.
Eric, it's here. So I put him down here. Put this Mr. Microphone on.
How you doing, Eric?
Eric, good morning.
Good morning.
You're on, buddy. You're on. Eric? We lost him.
It's all right. He can probably call back anyways.
Okay, so when he calls back, you know how to play with the phone, right? Just
Yeah.
put him on speaker. Oh, I can get the text across the room, so he'll call back.
Yeah, well, we'll be able to watch him on City Council tonight talking about all the issues anyway, so
Eric gets here.
hit the go.
Hit speaker.
Speaker.
Oh, boy.
Eric gets here.
All right, Eric,
Good morning, Bob. How are you?
hold on for 1 minute, buddy.
Are you there, Bob?
Yeah, hold on for 1 minute.
Good morning.
Here we go.
Go right ahead,
Good
lad.
morning, Bob.
Morning, buddy.
Please continue, Eric. You're good to go.
Oh, boy.
We're having technical promise. All right, so let me crack home and get back. Bracelets. Hello.
Good morning, Bob.
Okay, go right ahead, Eric.
Go ahead,
You
man.
still there?
Yeah, we're here.
What the heck is going on with their phone?
No, we can hear you though.
He's not hearing us.
No, we can hear you, buddy.
Okay, we can't talk to him, so. I don't have a problem. I'll restart my phone.
Technical,
His phone number?
yeah.
Call him, put him on speaker.
You think that? All right, I'll try that real quick.
Try Eric's phone number. Sorry, kids. We're going as fast as we can here. Tara Hung sent me a text. He is not running for city council. That was a mistake, so thank you, Tara, for texting in. I'll put it up in a couple minutes. Put him on speaker. That going louder? Yeah,
Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Eric.
How's it going?
Going good. We can hear you now.
All right, so the fire hydrant thing. You know, going back to the water department, the fire hydrants, as John had said on Lawrence Street, was like a blaze, and the hydrant basically was a sprinkler. It wasn't really working right, so they had to send somebody over. But when I was just a kid working at the water department, the goal was to change 50 to 100 hydrants a year, because there's 2,400 in the city. And we also had inspections of them in Flushing. Today, they haven't done any of that. So they let them fail. When I was the executive director, in 2 years, we changed 160 of them. We had ordered 200 fire hydrants. The 40 extra fire hydrants that I ordered are still in the back of the water department garage, and that was 2016, 9 years ago. They have more numbers, Bob, today than they had in that department down in that garage area than when I was there at any time. So, you know, and they're even contracting out water main breaks now so they can drive around, and that's the facts. And then they'll tell you that they're hiring people that, you know, need to be trained and unqualified. Well, it hasn't happened in 9 years, so if you can't train someone within 9 years, we got problems.
Yeah, that's why I love having you where you are, buddy. That's all I have to do is sit here and listen.
You know, the hard part is that they're putting people at risk, and that's the problem. You know, and then they'll tell you all these excuses and come to council for more and more money. They went up 12% in your water rates because they are spending like drunk sailors and there's no middle management.
Yeah, my water bill was kind of high last time, but I don't know what it is about me. The trash doesn't bother me, the water don't bother me, but I know you have a lot of knowledge on the water, but I just feel like certain things you can go up on that doesn't bother me. Trash and water, to me, is so important, it's crazy. I never even realized we had these issues with fire hydrants.
Eric, the thing I get a kick out of is, I'm lucky enough to have the town of Hampton Beach, New Hampshire. I get on there frequently. I go out to Tewksbury every single day. And in Hampton, they fix the fire hydrants all the time. They fix the potholes all the time. In Tewksbury, you don't have to call a selectman to get a fire hydrant fixed. Tewksbury's having water problems because they neglected them for years, but they're constantly fixing their stuff all the time. They don't need a selectman to report this stuff. Only in Lowell do you have to know a city councilor to get a pothole fixed. Why is this? We have a manager, I have the pothole manager, I'll talk to him about it. What is the pothole manager doing all day? Why do we have to call you to get a pothole fixed? This is crazy.
We're still living in the era of Viltopia. You know what I mean? Where you had to call in favors to get things done. And it's really sad when you start looking at the city and the infrastructure stuff that needs to be done. It's not a want, it's a need. You saw it again yesterday when they went to every single fire in the last 2 weeks. There's been at least 8 of them. The hydrant that was closest wasn't able to be used.
And that's when I heard about the fire yesterday. I live in that area. I was worried about it because I know there's a lot of dead trees and all the branches around the park and everything. So you're always worried. The railroad tracks where I live near. But now
Well, you just remember those California fires. I know we don't have that type of forestry around us, but you think of how dangerous that is in your area.
yeah, it is. It's an issue without a doubt.
And not having water at the exact moment, or having to drag a line from the next hydrant down, it really does put a lot of stress on a firefighter. It takes a lot more effort.
Yeah, I hear you.
You sent this text earlier this morning. Bobby, can you read that? Is that big enough for you to read?
It has not been 1,000 years for hydrant maintenance. When I am
When I was an employee,
as a maintenance worker, we would replace 60 to 100 every year and do a total flushing of the hydrant system along with written reports on everything. That's something I don't think we do even in our school buildings. We don't inspect things. When I was an executive director of the water department, we changed over 160 in 2 years and purchased a maintenance replacement program that would take roughly 35 years based on the 2,400 hydrants. Wow, I didn't realize that. They have not been doing their job and have not put people at risk, and have put people at risk. There are more people in that department today than when I was there. The solution to middle management not doing their job is to tell a city council how overworked they are, and they need to contract out services and retain the same number of employees, and they wonder why the enterprise fund is in the red, and they increased the rates by 12%. Extremely poor management and holding employees accountable.
well put, Eric.
I love it.
Bob, I'll leave you with this.
Yeah.
I once had a middle manager. His name was Tom Golden. And if I ever told him I wasn't going out, it was too cold, or I wasn't experienced enough, I would have been at home quick.
Well, I'll be watching you with some popcorn because I just want to hear you talk around the Riley School, to be honest with you. But knowing that we have 2,400 fire hydrants through Lowell, it's quite an issue, buddy.
I got a call from WBZ about it the other day, and I didn't have a chance to return the phone call, but I'll probably get back to the guy eventually.
Oh, we don't like Boston media pouring bad stuff about Lowell. Did anybody ask the governor any tough questions when she visited Lowell yesterday, or did they just kiss her
John.
ring?
No.
Last night we went to the Highlands meeting. We had a state representative stand up in front of the whole place and tell us how great the offer was. Someone might want to tell them that they went up over 100% on all our bills and they're giving us back 5. That's a great deal. I want you to come buy a car from me.
And last thing, when you mentioned Tom Golden, that was Tom's dad, right?
It was his father with Huey McKenna and Jerry Dunn. They did not let you do what these guys do today.
Well, buddy, thanks for calling in to the show again. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you guys. Have a good day.
All
Thanks,
man.
Eric.
Thanks, buddy.
I'll tell you,
Bye.
Lowell's a better city because Eric Gitchia is a city councilor. If
Yeah.
he wasn't there. None of this stuff, that's what we're going to do tonight. Pat ourselves on the back. Get any feathers? Put
Yeah.
feathers in my cap. And, the manager. Let's extend his contract for 45 years, yes. And we'll pay him $1 million a day. That's what we're going to do.
You know, I know I'm a pain in the neck to him. I call him too much, and you know, I called him on the Riley School because my third grade granddaughter almost hurt herself on the gym floor, and that's why I said, you know what, I got to call him again. We had no heat 2 years ago. Call Eric Gitchia, get the heat. Water problem, call Eric Gitchia, get the water problem fixed. Now we're looking for a new gym floor. We probably won't get it because it's up in Belvedere, but at least he'll be able to speak about it tonight in the capital plan. Maybe down the road we get it. So just thanks, buddy. I'll try not to bother you, but it's almost impossible. You're right, John. You want to get something done, you got to have a city councilor you can call, and that's who I've been calling. So
Sadly, it shouldn't have to be that way.
no, I know, and I feel bad calling him. Sometimes I call him quite a bit on different things, you know, and it's just putting more workload on the guy. He's doing tremendous work, so keep up the good work, and thank you for what you do.
And again, Tara Hung is not running for city council. He texted back in again. Tomorrow, City Life going to have Colin Loisel, the town manager from Tingsboro, calling Gary State Rep, greatest state rep that ever lived. And Linda Bound, she's the host tomorrow. Back over to you, Bob, to say goodbye.
Yeah, well, I always kind of liked Eric. Eric Getcher, of course I like him, but
Say goodbye.
yeah, goodbye and thanks for calling in, Eric. Appreciate it, buddy.
Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.